This GR Corolla, one of the last proper remaining enthusiast cars. I mean, how many of these do we have on the market today? A hatchback, first of all. People don't buy a hatchback usually here in the States. A manual transmission. You got all-wheel drive, which you can configure 70-30 front to back, or 70 in the front, 30 to the back. You have different drive modes, and it sounds great. It's only a 3-cylinder, but I really don't care. It's so good to drive. So I feel like I've seen a lot of them on the streets, and it looks like they're selling pretty well, which makes me excited. That makes me feel like maybe Toyota is setting an example here, that if some other company is considering bringing some fun hatchback and fun sports cars over to the States, this could be a good example of why they should do that. And if you have a car like this, you want of course be protected if you happen to be in an accident. We only have a rear view camera here, but it's not recording anything, so getting a dash cam is always a good idea for, you know, insurance purposes and stuff like that. It also, of course, records your speed and your location. Very useful information to have if you happen to be in some sort of an incident on the roads. We do have infrared for the interior camera at night, 4K front camera, 2.5K rear camera. I mean, the resolution is great, and definitely something I would want to have, specifically if you have an older vehicle that doesn't have, you know, a lot of technology in it, which are the vehicles that I personally prefer. It doesn't really matter what type of car you have. You always want to be protected in the case you have some sort of incident, and that is where today's sponsor comes in. Vantrue N4 Pro S is what it's called. I remember when we were rear-ended in the Tesla Model 3, bam! Insurance wanted proof of everything. I was really happy that we had the footage. So let me show you what's inside of this Vantrue N4 Pro S box. What do you get when you buy this? First of all, you do get this 4K front camera right here. It comes with something called a license pics, meaning that no matter the outside condition, you're still going to be able to see the license plate pretty well. It also comes with Sony Starvis 2 sensors, and you have this interior camera right there, which you can rotate to have it in best angle. This has an infrared technology, meaning that even if the interior is very dark, you're still going to be able to see what's going on in the interior. On the lower section here, you have a couple of physical buttons, and you have, of course, the mounting pad right here. Just remove this sticker, just slap it on the windshield like that. Pretty cool to see. You also get the rear camera, of course. Front camera is 4K. This rear camera is a 2.5K rear camera. This is waterproof, so you can mount this. You can install this on the outside of the vehicle if you want to, or you can just mount it on the rear window and have it be installed on the inside. Power cord right here. And then also, of course, we do have the long power cord for the rear camera right here. So it goes from the front camera all the way to the back. And you have this 12-volt cigarette outlet. Plug this in and plug this into the camera, and you are good to go. It's all powered up. Now, the install itself is pretty straightforward. You just remove this little patch right there, and then you mount it wherever you want on the windshield. I'm going to keep it right here in the middle. Very simple. You just plug this in with a power cord straight here from the 12-volt outlet, power it, draw the cable to the rear camera from the top here. You have a connection up top, and then just wire it all the way back. And as I said before, you can install the camera on the outside or the inside, 2.5K camera. It's up to you to do whatever you want with that one. Also got this hardwire kit, which you can connect to your battery, allowing the camera to be on and recording even when the car itself is off. Perfect for parking spaces and stuff like that. Now, when everything is hooked up, all you're going to do is connect to the Wi-Fi of the camera using the app. And once you have done that, you're going to get a live feed from the camera, as you can see right there on the right side. It's also going to show you if there are any available updates for your camera when you first plug it in. And of course, you want to download that and have it be up to date like I'm doing right there. Now, looking at the memory card and where that goes in, it actually slots in on the side of the camera. So you open this cap, slide the memory card in, and you are good to go. Now, going into the settings, you can do this
either in the camera itself with these buttons that we have on the underside of the camera, or you can use the app as well. They have the same settings and same customization for the camera inside the app like we have in the camera itself. I'm showing you both right here. I honestly think it's easier to do in the app. You can change the resolution. For example, if you want to have a lower resolution, want to save up some space in the memory card, you can do that. You have this plate pix technology, which means that the front camera is going to enhance the license plates for the cars in front of you, which is great to have. Of course, you have loop recording. I like to actually keep it on the 5 minutes. I selected 3 minutes here, but later I went in and changed it to 5 minutes. I just think that makes more sense for me personally. You have the G sensor as well, which senses if there are any high impacts around the camera and is going to take a snapshot of that. You have audio recording as well if you want to have that on and off. Audio noise reduction, exposure, you can change that. There is a bunch of settings in here that you're probably just gonna change 1 or 2 times and just leave it on. This is a feature I like because you have the stamps on the videos themselves, meaning that you have the speed, the location, and all the information you need implemented into the videos themselves. You do have parking mode. We talked about that. If you want to hook up the hardwire kit, you can do that as well. Now going into language system and the system setups right here, these are probably things you're only going to change one time. You have the voice controls, for example, which I'm going to show you right now how that works. Take photo. Turn off screen. Turn on screen. Show rear camera. Last but not least, you can go into the files in the camera. But this is something you definitely want to do in the app, and you can also download them here as well. Thanks to the 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi, it's pretty fast to download these speeds, even though in this video right here I sped it up just a little bit for the sake of the video. Last but not least, you can also toggle between the different views. Have split screen, or if you want to have a singular view in the camera, you can change that as well. Now I'm going to show you a couple of scenarios here, starting with overcast, going into sunny conditions, and last but not least, night conditions for both the front, rear, and also the interior camera. Zoom in on some details, for example, license plates and road signs, so you can see the quality of this Vantrue N4 Pro S as we talk about some of the key features of this camera. So you do have real 4K front camera. The rear camera comes in at 2.5K and 1080p interior camera, all with HDR, which delivers unmatched sharpness, contrast, and dynamic range in any sort of lighting condition. That is what I want to show you here. You have best-in-class night vision systems, which combines Sony Starvis 2 sensors. You have this plate pix license plate enhancement and interior infrared LEDs that outperforms other dash cams in low light performance inside and out. You have superior rear coverage as well, rain or shine. The rear cameras was set at 2.5K resolution with Starvis 2, and it is IP67 waterproof. Most competitors max out at 1080p and are not even water sealed like this camera right here. When you go to transfer the files, thankfully it's pretty quick. We talked about this a little earlier because you do have the 5.8 gigahertz Wi-Fi for ultra fast file transfer. You have built-in GPS for precise data logging and OTA firmware updates via a dedicated mobile app, as I showed you earlier in the video as well. How it senses when you turn on the app is going to sense if there is any updates available, and of course update that. Now you do have 24/7 buffered parking mode with the hardwire kit, so you can plug this in to your battery with motion trigger capture. It records before and after impact with ultra low standby power, helping you to catch what most cameras miss. Now looking at the footage here from the rear camera as we are on right now, I want to show you, zoom in on the license plate here of this Ford Bronco. You can clearly see it even with a 2.5K resolution in the rear end. Coming in, of course, to the night view for the rear end, it still handles it pretty well. If we zoom in on this Scion right here, you can see the license plate even though it is pitch black outside. Pretty cool to see. And I mean, this is going to capture anything that happens around you. It doesn't matter if it's night, day, rain, or shine. It's still going to capture whatever happens around you at all times. Now, the interior camera is great as well, specifically at daytime. Very crisp resolution for this. Same goes for sunny conditions right here when I have the sun right in my face. And last but not least, it does have the infrared technology, meaning that nighttime is not going to be a problem for the interior camera either. If you're interested in ordering the Vantrue N4 Pro S, now is the time. Vantrue is currently running a Black Friday sale, so make sure you click the link in the description or pinned comment to get a special discount on your order. And thanks to Vantrue for sponsoring this video.